Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. With Eldritch Moon right around the corner, Wizards of the Coast decided to give us a little morsel, just a little taste of what we're going to be dealing with in the set. Here's a trailer for you to enjoy. Just click right here. Trust me, you're going to want to see the craziness. And Emrakul is back, the big bad on the plane making everyone grow tentacles. Yeah, that's Emrakul. If you watch the trailer, clearly things are not going well. Makes sense considering Emrakul is the biggest Eldrazi bad there is, ever was, and ever will be. All those tentacles we've seen on the plane, Avacyn going absolutely crazy bonkers, everything we've seen, all caused by Emrakul. So prepare for Emrakul.set. Seriously, everything about the set screams Emrakul, even the set symbol. The symbol is Emrakul. Without further ado, here's your preview card. Emrakul the Promised End is 13 mana for a 13/13 legendary creature Eldrazi. It costs 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. When you cast Emrakul, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn. It also has flying, trample, and protection from instants. Wow, we have a lot to talk about. Just take a moment and breathe it all in. My goodness. Alright, Emrakul is fierce. 13 mana for a 13/13. Sweet for Triskaidekaphobia purposes. The card did try to warn us. Second, the friggin' set symbol is actually straight up Emrakul. Again, I cannot stress enough how the set is just Emrakul. Next, Emrakul brings Mindslaver with it. We've seen effects like this before, and most of the time they're on pretty well-known cards thanks to their bonkers effectiveness. This one in particular is interesting because the player you just took over gets to take an extra turn to try and repair the damage you just caused. For those who don't know, getting to control your opponent's turn is insane. You get to tap them out, you can cast whatever you want from their hand, targeting whatever you want, use their removal on their own creatures, ask to see their sideboard because you control the turn, probably my favorite one. Since you're able to see everything they can, their sideboard is open information to you the turn you control them. That's delicious. God, what were we talking about? Right, controlling a player's turn. If they don't snap concede, you're really behind. You can swing their creatures into Emrakul. If they have a sacrifice engine, sack everything they have to it. There are so many things you can do with a player's turn. The ability is powerful, trust me. Beyond that, flying and trample in concert with each other is simply brutal. It means that if Emrakul gets to attack, it's probably going to get through for a lot, like a lot. There isn't much, especially in Standard right now, that holds up to that kind of damage in the air. The protection from instants is a nice tweak on the original Emrakul's ability that protected it from colored spells. Less powerful, but still quite useful. Of course, this means Declaration in Stone stays awesome, but that's okay. The last part of the card I want to talk about, the Casting Cost Reduction Clause. 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. So far, we have creature, artifact, land, enchantment, instant, sorcery, planeswalker, and tribal. That's a total of 8 different card types, in Standard 7. Which means you can feasibly cast Emrakul for 6 mana, which is disgusting at best. A lot of you are pairing Emrakul with Nahiri's Ultimate. Now, this doesn't let you cast the card, but you do get a hasty trample flying 13/13, so could be worse. Plus, you get it in your hand to cast later down the line if it doesn't straight up end the game right there. Seems sweet. Just a few more things. Look at Emrakul's set number. There are 5 cards that are colorless, non-artifact cards in the set before Emrakul. I expected Emrakul, but not a ton of colorless support. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of Eldrazi spawns Emrakul brought to Innistrad. How they differ from Kozilek's and Ulamog's broods. Very curious. Last note about the card before we move on. That art is so ominous and overpowering. I can't be the only one who thinks that, right? I mean, it's like Emrakul is just looking down at all of us from on high. It's terrifying. Now that we've seen Emrakul, Eldritch Moon information is going to start trickling out before preview season begins next Monday. Today we got a sneak peek of the pre-release kit for the new set. Take a look. You get your little info card, 4 packs of Eldritch Moon, 2 packs of Shadows over Innistrad, a super sweet Emrakul 20-sided die, and a foil token. That's right, foil tokens are finally here. In addition to the foil rare or mythic that you always get, you'll also get a foil token. I've been waiting for foil tokens since ever. These are going to be amazing. Again, they are in addition to the foil promo you get in the kit. In addition, they don't replace it, just making sure you know. Now I know a lot of you are going to be disappointed about Emrakul being the baddie on Innistrad, but why? Just because it was more predictable to you doesn't mean it's a bad story. It's incredibly annoying when people are mad at a story for being obvious, when it's only obvious because you were so invested in the story in the first place. You see where I'm coming from? The story's good. If you're that upset about it, you're way too entitled. It isn't lazy writing, it isn't a cop-out, it's natural progression through a larger story. Just because it was foreshadowed doesn't mean it was bad. Okay, mini ran over. Eldrazi Master Race. Well, there you have it. Emrakul was on Innistrad. Things are not going well, and I can't wait to see how we're supposed to fight against this tentacle monster of doom. What do you all think about Emrakul as a card? You like, you don't like? Make sure to leave all your thoughts below. Also, what are you looking forward to in Eldritch Moon? Anything specific? Anything in general? Love to hear what you have to say. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Eldritch Moon spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Eldritch Moon is right around the corner, like it's right there. Preview season starts next week. Let's celebrate Emrakul by celebrating its fallen comrades, Kozilek and Ulamog. Both of them are incredibly cheap right now. New Kozilek is only $4. $4! That's craziness, especially for those of you needing him for commander. Dude's a monster. Speaking of monsters, Ulamog has also dropped like a tank, now down to just 11. 11! 11 for a card that sees play in Modern in addition to Standard. Grab these Eldrazi Overlords, help the channel, click the links, everybody wins.
What?